English book story. Who will be Ningthou? A king is called a Ningthou and a queen is called a Leima in Manipuri. This is a story from Manipur about what qualities make a good ruler. Long, long ago, in the land of Kangleipak in Manipur, there lived a Ningthou and a Leima. They were loved dearly by the people. The Ningthou and Leima, on their part, never stopped thinking about their meeyam, their people. Our meeyam should be happy, they said. The people were not the only ones who loved their Ningthou and Leima. The birds and animals too loved them. The Ningthou and Leima always said, everybody in Kangleipak should live in peace. Not only the people, but the birds, animals and trees. Their beloved king and queen had 3 sons, Sanjauba, Sanyaima and Sanatomba. 12 years later, a daughter was born. She was named Sanatombi. She was a lovely child, soft and beautiful inside. She was loved by one and all. The years went by, and the children grew up well. And then one day, the Ningthou called all his ministers and said, "It is now time to decide the Tungagi Ningthou, the future king." The ministers were shocked. "But O Ningthou, what is there to decide?" "Sanjauba, your eldest son, will be our future king." "Well," the Ningthou replied, "that's how it happened in the old days. The eldest son always became the king. But times have changed. So let us select a king who is most worthy of becoming a king. We will have a contest to select the future king," the Leima said. And so, in the land of Kangleipak, there was a contest, a horse race. Whoever reached the Khonganang, the banyan tree, first would be declared Tungagi Ningthou. But then, a strange thing happened. Sanjauba, Sanyaima and Sanatomba, all 3 of them finished the race together. They were expert riders and all 3 reached the finish line at the same time. There was great excitement. "Look at them," the people shouted. "Shagol Thoba Nupa, such fine horsemen." But one question remained. Who would be the Tungagi Ningthou? The Ningthou and Leima turned to their sons. The Ningthou said, "Sanjauba, Sanyaima and Sanatomba, you have proved that you are fine horsemen. Do something different each one of you, so that we can decide who will be Tungagi Ningthou." Suddenly, Sanjauba mounted his horse and held his spear straight in front of him. He looked around. There was a hush among people. What is Sanjaoba, the eldest, going to do? They thought to themselves. Sanjaoba then looked at the huge Konganang standing majestically in the distance. He pierced the tree and jumped his horse right through it. "Bravo! Bravo!" the people shouted. "Tauro! Tauro!" And then they fell silent. Now it was the turn of the second son, Sanyaima. What would he do? Sanyaima too looked at the Konganang as he mounted his horse. Then he too rode towards the tree, harder and harder. The people watched in silence, afraid even to breathe. When he was really close, he urged his horse to jump. Higher and higher the horse rose until horse and rider jumped clear over the huge tree and landed on the other side in a wonderful motion. The people breathed in relief and said in unison, "Fajay! Fajay! Wonderful! Wonderful!" And now, it was the turn of the youngest son, Sanatomba. He, too, rode his horse towards the Konganang and, before anybody knew what was happening, uprooted it. Triumphantly he carried the tree to the Ningthou and Leima and laid it at their feet. Shouts of Tauro! Tauro! Fajay! Fajay! Filled the mountains. The people grew restless. Why were the Ningthou and the Leima taking so long to make the announcement? They craned their necks to see what was happening. The Ningthou and Leima were watching Sanatombi, their 5-year-old daughter. She looked sad and lonely. She stared at the Konganang which lay dead by the throne. Birds flapped worriedly around, searching for their homes in the tree. Sanatombi walked up to the Konganang and whispered, "The Konganang is dead. It was hurt by the spear and now it is dead." The people were all attention. The Ningthou stood up. He looked at the 3 boys. He looked at the little girl. He turned to the people. "If anybody is worthy of becoming the ruler," he said, "it is little Sanatombi. It was she who told us to look at the soul of the Konganang. Sanatombi feels the pain of others. She feels the pain of the people, the animals, the birds, the trees. I declare Sanatombi the future Leima of Kangleipak," the Ningthou said. A silence fell. Everyone turned to look at the little girl, their future queen. There she stood, all of 5, like a small konganang, with birds flying all around her. They sat on her shoulders and on her head. She held out her hands full of grain, and the birds flapped about her, pecking at the food. A Leima is one who doesn't hurt anybody in the kingdom. How did you like this video? Do tell us in the comments. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Thank you.